Good evening, everybody. It is time to launch another brilliant one-day special. And I think let's go straight to, because she's already dancing. I'm on monitor. Give us your way. Yes! Oh, Lou. I want to be like you. Ooh. How are you?
I'm really good today. I've been, although we did get this really quick, I've been playing with it, so I'm sort of hyper.
Well, I think we can see you're very excited about this. It's always a pleasure, certainly to launch another one-day special with you, Lou, on these. Is absolutely brilliant. Now, I just want to just say, before we go back to Lou for a second, but Lou, be interested to hear this. Before we do, let you know, already people are shopping ahead for the complete collection here. That's basically, it's all the details for that are at the bottom of your screen right now. OK, we're going to run through everything in detail shortly for you, but just so you know, that is already proving very popular with people shopping ahead on the web, on Hochanda.com. And there is a huge amount in here. And actually, that's even before we've gone into the details of the savings that you are making, because it's made up of so many wonderful compartments of dies and stamps and everything. There's really lovely bundles. But on those bundles that are available individually, all those savings that are there all get carried over, and then you get another saving on top of that for the one-day special. But we will give you all that information as the show goes on. But before that, just to put a little bit more flesh onto the bones, Lou, can you just talk us through, sort of in a generic terms at the moment, with everything we're going to be getting if we're going to go for the one-day special?
Well, this is like an essentials kit. It's sort of, it's a collection that isn't really a collection because it goes with everything. And I don't know if anyone follows me now, but I'm really into my doodling now, and I've created Mindful Doodling. And this is all about how you can take one little image, change it into thousands of different ways. And, you know, they've picked that up at, you know, at Studio Light, and they've really run with it. So these wonderful doodle masks have come in, and all the different ways of colouring in, and it's also sort of alphabets. You've got all the things that come together. So no matter what you do, scrapbooking, journaling, bullet journaling, card making, there's everything here will fit in that, and you just make it whatever you want. And it's so chilling and relaxing. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful.
Honestly, the shapes that are available, certainly within the essentials we've got here for what we're looking at the moment, I mean, they are beautiful. And if you get those stamped out, I mean, they are just beautiful. They'll just be fun to colour in, even regardless of whether that is for an actual project. Just actually in just a little bit of zen time and a bit of chill time to work on those. Absolutely. They're beautiful to colour, I'd imagine, these.
Yeah, and they work really well. The stencils work really well for fabrics as well. Yeah. So you can use fabric stuff on, you know, applications. You can use these to stitch on as well. They're great for beading and stitching. But let's just face it, they're great to colour in, as you've just said, because the patterns you can make, they're just like endless. Yeah. But masks, out of all my arsenal of stuff, I think masks I use the most. Apparently, I am somewhat of a masketeer.
Hi, Lou. That's a new one for me, and I love it. If only there was two others with you, you could be the three masketeers, but just one, the original.
Yeah, masketeering.
Can I see that? Watch that on social media. Hashtag masketeering. I think we can start it right there, which is brilliant. Well, let's just give you the details that we're looking at here for the essentials that you can see. Let you know right now, the 19th of February is your dispatch date for these, OK? And that is for everything across the board on the show for you, so from the 19th of February. So, OK, the one-day special price that you're seeing there for you right now. OK, so all the savings have been carried across for you as well. So actually, with that you're seeing on there, it's actually a £19 saving if you're going for that as well, because if you're going to go through everything in there with those savings, that across the board is a brilliant saving. That brings everything down to £39 and 94. That's your 4 stencils that you'll see right there. Plus, you've also got your 2 die sets. All that is incorporated within that one Day special. Let's work our way across. Oh, that's 384808, by the way, just so you know. OK, let's go across now to the stamps. And these are brilliant. And there's some really lovely liners on this one. OK, you can work with all of these. Some brilliant ones. You can mix and match and work with these. 27 stamps in total. Great. Create things you wish existed. Well, that could be a project in itself, couldn't it? I'm living the life of my dreams. There's a fine line between genius and crazy. I think we'd all agree with that. Let's have fun. Homemade crafts. It's time to make. I'm so proud of you. That one there, the I'm so proud of you. I know I can hear Lou in the background for that. But that is such a lovely sound. I've never seen anything like that before, because it's not a birthday wish, it's not a congratulations, but that's such a lovely sentiment. Just that one in itself there, Lou, that goes with all the others. But there's some gorgeous sentiments on these stamps, aren't there?
I think we're in that time now, aren't we, with all the things that are going on, that we need to sort of reassure people and give them sort of positive messages. And I think I'm so proud of you, the great one. And that little envelope is a good one.
Yeah.
I think things like that, they mean so much. And we've got time to do it now. And these stamps really help. You can just put a little stamp on it, a little card, and you've done. Absolutely quick, but what you've done is spent time, enjoyed doing it,
yeah.
And then the person who's going to receive it is going to love it because you've made it.
Yeah, absolutely, brilliant, and lovely that. Only £10.98 because that's got a £3 saving on that from its usual price of just under 14. So £10.98. Those stamps are 102851 for those. Now, again, Lou mentioned this at the top of the show. We are talking about your essentials, and of course, this your lettering really is crucial for that. So you've got your alphabet set that you got here. Now, this is a brilliant. You've got the bold, plus you've also got the freehand. You've got those two different sort of quirky feels about these. But basically, with that and the capitals, you've got 158 dies in total for these. And these have got to be, I mean, you can't get any more essential than lettering.
No, and I really love these because the handwritten. So one of them handwritten, so you can actually just change up your lettering and use one of them at the beginning. These are great because they've got the back and the layer on the front, and so they're not actually cut like that. So I've went out before, I was die cutting them all, and they're just fantastic because you can mix and match all your layers on it. So you can have I've got like an aqua background and a black background, and I've changed the letters over, so cut them twice.
Oh, right.
And then off you go. But they're really, really useful, really useful.
Absolutely fantastic. Really lovely set there. Like I say, that's 158 dies there. And we got that saving on there. So there's another £3 saving. Takes it down to 26.98. That's 136,441. Now, they are available individually if you would like to go for those. With the savings, that's also there included for you as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So actually on that set, you're saving 13 on that set, which is a really fantastic offer. Let's move on to more we've got for you with our beautiful flowers and love dies that we have here. How are we going to work with these ones in particular, Lou?
These are great because they cut in and out. So the flower one, for instance, the rectangular one, no, it's not a rectangle. What is it?
Hexagon, sort of elongated hexagon, isn't it, really, I suppose?
That's the one, elongated. I don't know why I said rectangle. Anyway, it cuts out the inside and the outside layer. So they're really little clever, like building up ones. All you need is a couple of colours of card, and you've made a beautiful like a centerpiece there. The jigsaws are totally brilliant because you can make great gifts with them. You can do it, if you wanted to, you could use them as templates to cut out little MDF ones as well. But the thing is, if you make them and put them on board, you could make pictures for alphabets for children. They're great for photographs as well, or sending someone a card. And then they have to put it together.
Well, sorry, look, I'm just going to say we'll show those ones in a second. I'll just give the details for these, for the love that we've got here, which is the 6 die set in total. Again, look at this one. £5 saving on this set, so that's going to carry over. So you're £14.98. These two here, 075787. And then, as you heard, which are great ideas on how to work with these. I love these. Like you say, those ways of really personalising, working with those photos or those pictures that you're going to work with. The puzzle die set, I think, is absolutely brilliant, Lou. You've got £5 saving on these also. So that's £12.98 for the set here. That's 812 860. I hope I didn't cut you off there. Is there anything else you wanted to say regarding the puzzle dies, Lou?
No, it's just that they're so clever together. I really like the idea of having the little love art one, because I like the way the dies have been cut out the sort of top layer. So it's not just a plain shape, it's actually cut out the shape, and the hearts are the same, and the flowers. And that little flower I've die cut a few times, and I've used it on other pieces of work. So they're really quite, useful.
Yeah, no, absolutely brilliant. And, of course, as you're already gathering, and again, from what Lou said at the beginning, I mean, there is so much in here for everybody. If you would like to, then, of course, you can gather and go for the complete collection. So what's happened is, I was mentioning to you there's the £3 saving here, a £5 saving there, all the money that's saved across all those bundles. Well, all those savings are carried over. Then on top of that, you can see you've also got there an introductory price saving of another £16. Now, if you're a Freedom member, that's actually £24.99 on the savings. So as you can see, this bundle has got savings galore. If you're a Freedom member, you're actually paying saving £69.99 if you're a Freedom member. That is a whopping saving if you are a Freedom member on that. Of course, it's also, if you are available on a flexi, 3 flexis. So all of that, this is a phenomenal bundle. I love it when you can say this. All of this for just your first payment of £26.96. Yeah. That's all of your dies, all of your stamps to work with, everything you see. And that is phenomenal. 457481 is your item code to go for all of that. Absolutely brilliant. Just before we go back to Lou to sort of see some demo, I want to run through the journals that I've got for you. These dies are absolutely brilliant. What I'll do is I'll just go through them individually. I'll show you on the back so you can see how these will work. But, of course, we're going to talk through, Lou, as we work with these. But they're actually going to give you, to start with, this is your artwork love. And this is going to give you 25 dies. I will tell you, again, already busy for these. People shopping ahead on the website. No, I don't think it's just the saving, although that's always helpful, isn't it? £6 here, £18.99. You can see how these are going to work. 10% of the stock's already gone. So if you're just see it now, you're catching up. 145435. Let's work along to the second set that we've got for you over here again. This is your timeless set. Really lovely. Again, gorgeous shaping to work on your dies for this particular journal set. And again, just give you some examples there of how these will work and how you can bring these together. Again, £6 saving, £18.99 here, 473160 for that particular set. The third out of the 4 that we've got for you here. A really nice set again, and a gorgeous, beautiful feel this one. You can see the sort of the summertime on this one because these are your summer field dies that work really, really beautifully. Again, some of the images you can see on how these are going to work are just gorgeous. £18.99 here, really sort of whimsical sort of feel here, and sort of countryside-esque, gorgeous. 399820, and last but not least, we have got for you Lock and Key for your final set that you can see. If I just rotate this round, and then again you see here you're getting 21 dies on this particular set, £18.99. That's 422834. Now, of course, what you've seen is just a taster. Of course, everything that Lou's going to show us, and of course your inspiration. I'm sure you'll be able to create some real magic with those. Right, so much on the show. Where do we start, Lou? Over to you.
Right, well, if you can give me a minute to switch my camera around.
Yeah, of course. Of course we can. We'll allow you you turn your camera around so we get to see a lovely shot, and we'll just give you a little catch-up. We've also got, by the way, only just over 2 days left of the 7-day savers that we have for you. So we're absolutely brilliant. 2 pairs there, actually, with a £5 saving. So just £14.98, 073882. There's only a couple of days left on that offer. And we've also got an offer, by the way, if you are looking into with your crafting, do go for these ones. It's your red liner tape. We've got 3, 6 and the 9 and 12mm rolls. That give you 60 metres there between your 12 rolls on that one. £10.99. Actually, that's got a £27 saving. 330730, only for the next 2 days and around about 13 or 14 hours, if my memory serves me correct. And we've also got your classic black card also. I know that Lou already mentioned that earlier on, how she was working with those. This will give you 50 sheets of that. It's 300 GSM for your matte black. And that's got a £10 saving, so that's down to £9.95. 5. Right, so it is very busy, and like I say, already people shopping ahead on the website. So please, if you're in doubt, do go for everything you can. Get it in your basket now so we can get you on that immediate dispatch, which is looking at for the 19th of February, 19th of Feb, if you get it this time round. So please be quick. I think the camera's in place. I can see the hands all ready to go. Lou, over to you.
Right, well, I was really excited with this because I'm stencil mad, and I adore these because they're so versatile. There's so many different things you can do, and what I wanted to do was sort of incorporate everything so that you can see what you can do with it. So as you can see on here, I've got one of the journal dies ready, all die cut and ready, and it's got me tape and all my words here. Can you imagine? I dropped a tea. I was all over the place, so I've lost the tea, but it don't matter.
Oh, no.
But that was what I was saying about. I always like to show people this because this is how I create. I get everything out so that I've got time to sort of, oh, well, that'll go with that, that'll go with that, instead of working individually, going and die cutting, because it doesn't work for me, that at all. So the first thing I want to show you is using these stencils. Now, when I use these stencils, I do something a little bit different. And this was a few months ago. And we create these stencils using mine. So what I did was I drew them out.
Beautiful. I love the colouring.
It's so simple to do. And all you do is you use your colouring pencils and you decide, you get your stamp, your mask, your stencil, you decide where you want it, and then you could, I'll show you how to do it, and this was one of mine, and you do that. So just to show you a few, this isn't finished yet, but this is how versatile they are, because they're great for journaling and for doodling. And then there's this one that is one of my favourites. So you can make these really, really beautiful with just distress inks, beautiful with just patterning paper on. But to me, this really, it just shows you what you can do, and it's only colouring pencils, and it's so easy. So I thought, right, I found my tea. Right, I'm all right. That's
good.
Now.
Stop the clock.
I'm back on. Found my tea. So what I thought was, what I'll do, just move these out for a minute. I've got the I think it's called the Love one. I never know what the names are. I just go with it, me. And I've got the Love one, I think it is, and I've cut 2 out just so I can show you what I mean. Now, you've also in the one day special got these wonderful dies. Now these cuts as well. These are the top layer from the set of 3. So you get a back, which is a full one, you get another one, and then you get the top one. So I thought, I'll use these. I've cut these out as well. So all of it fits together. It's so versatile. And I thought I'll use a bright colour, because I've noticed when you're on Skype, you really need to see bright colours.
Yeah, it really helps.
Otherwise it looks a bit insipid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it on my spare. I've already tried it there, and I quite like it, but it won't be right for TV. It needs to be a bit bigger. And all you do is get your stand, whichever you choose. You think, right, what do I want? Okay, well, I'll have this one. Oh no, I'll have this one. Right, so it's really simple to do. You choose where you want it. I can't choose now. You choose where you want it. Let me move that out of the way. Die cut this. Choose where you want it. Say I want it just popping out here and a little bit there, and all you do is go around it. I'll only do a little bit because otherwise you will be bored. And don't worry about drawing on this. Don't worry about that because it just wipes off. So I'm using a pen so you can see. Another way you can do it, which works really well, is if you get a distress colour. I'm using green, believe it or not. I know it looks a bit strange putting it on. I'm using shabby shutters, but this is a great way of just marking it down. So it's not too light, it's not too dark. It'll just show up, but it won't overpower, and I can work on it. So just do the area you want, and then you can work on top of it. But it's a bit quicker than drawing out dark lines. But if you do a really
it is not actually no, it's okay. What I love for these actually is, like you say, like you've done here, is it not to be the main feature, but just coming through that sort of a quarter of it on show makes it. You really can break up your page, can't it? Especially in your journals.
Absolutely. I mean, I've done a little bit there just to show you, you can see. So it's really, you just pick out the areas, and as I did, and you can choose when I start sometimes, I think, right, well, I'm going to draw an area like this, and then that line, anything that's over that line gets rubbed out,
Yeah.
which is a really nice thing. So what you can do is as soon as it's dry, you can then get your pen, if you wish, and you can doodle around them. Now, if you're confident, you can doodle straight away, and then you can use these like to colour. I've been painting, can you tell? I still got ink from the other show yesterday in my hands. So draw it all in, and then decide. You think, right, okay, the folds are here, and then. But I'm using a pen, and I wouldn't normally do that. What you can do is do a whole page of it first, and then when you come to do you're cutting out, you just put it down and it cuts out anywhere, so
Right.
you haven't got much control. So I thought, right, okay, I'm going to make this journal up using all these, use the mask and all that. So on this one, I've just done a little bit there, a little bit there. You can just see
I
it.
see.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
we can
use
see
some
that.
colouring pencils. So I've used the mask, one tiny bit of it. I've got the colours out. Now, all you need is a light, a medium and a dark. So I'm going to go for a greeny colour, a light, a medium and a dark. Maybe these will go. And this is as hard as it gets, but to show you how visible it looks on this card. So you start with your light, you move down to your medium. Just take your time because it's not a race, and enjoy it. And then it just pops this alive, and when I show you with the other stuff on it, you'll see it's just using that mask. You've now made such an embellishment on what would really look quite a plain card. So here again, I'm going dark and dark there.
You know, you say you don't need to rush. Surely that is the fun element. If you're getting these all prepared, because the colouring in, that's the. I hear a lot of people talking about that they've gone to this at the moment because some people have struggled with sleeping, etc. during these times, and it's a bit more disrupted. But a lot of people I've been speaking to as well have said, well, do you know what they've started doing is just the colouring in, and actually find that just completely takes your mind off everything else and relaxes. And so projects like this, it seems like it's the perfect time, really.
Is, and a few people have spoken to me about how they like to be able to sort of create their own patterns, which you can with this.
Yeah.
You've got a pattern set out for you if you so wish, but you're actually, there's no fast rules. You can make whatever patterns you want, and with you can be like quite choosy about where you want things. You've got all the control. Normally, we just use stencils in one way, but I have really got into this now. So I'm only going to finish this one, and then I'm going to build this up just to show you.
Lovely, thank you. It's great though.
Cuts as well. So I'll just finish this little one and choose colours that are similar but not the same, unless you want something like the other one I did, which was quite in your face. Choose it to be sort of either as bold, and where it is another thing. Choose it to be bold or bright, or choose it to be really subtle and soft. Now, I've gone the wrong way there. Never mind. Oh, I'll pretend it's there. Never mind. Right. So it doesn't matter, actually, because you can make your own patterns on, because sometimes it's like the inside or the outside. Which is it? I don't know. But you can really sort of, again, like I've just shown you, join things up that aren't there. And there we go. So what I've done is, I've done that. I'll put a little bit of white on there, or a bit of purple actually goes well with green, believe it or not. Just a little bit there to highlight it. Gives it a really big, like, pop of colour. Hopefully you can see that. Put a little bit here. So really, I have now made this very, very personal. It's an aqua card. I've used my stencil, just gone over it, and if you wanted to, you can stencil on with a distress as well.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, just to show you that this works the same way, if I want to just put, but bear in mind that the pencils you use may not go on distress, but these are Prisma. So just to show people who maybe find it hard to draw online, or find it hard to sort of use, fiddly stuff, that you can use your stencil and still do the same with distress.
Right.
So anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I've got the journal, and I felt it was nice to see something made with it, because I think if I were just, there's not a lot sort of time that I can spend sort of doing a big, well, colouring in like that. It's so boring. It would be absolute boring.
It's lovely to do.
So, yeah, lovely to do, but not to watch. Mind you, sometimes you might. The colours you've got, the dyes you've got in there are so, they really think about their collection, studio, like, and they all fit. And these are just absolutely beautiful, because these wings, or whatever you want to call them, these just work they work for butterflies. They work for
that's a nice idea.
Everything. They work for wings and everything, just cherubs. And I just thought, I'm just going to do this on here and then show you about how I've put. Now you can still see that there, but what you do now is, now what I've done is I'm using this as an outline to now bring my own colours in. So
oh, okay, yeah,
you can do exactly the same thing now with the die cuts and all these you've got. You know, it's the same principle.
Yeah.
So I've got that. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to make this up. So this is, like I say, one of the dies, and I thought it'd be really good to sort of show what you can do with it. And I've now sort of got quite an elegant look.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and it's very personal. And then I'm just going to build it up with all the stuff that you get, because all this work, the stencils, all this collection, this body of work, they all work well together. So I've done that. Then I thought, right, okay, I really like that. I really like it.
That is lovely.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Rid of that bit there.
Actually, with the dies on the outside there, it really does actually help it stand out. It gives you that definition between where the page opens, doesn't it? That's really nice, that.
It does, absolutely. Well, the next thing is, if you look at the one-day special, you've also got, this is the top of it. And I'll just get it out of the bag and show you, because it needs to be seen to understand. So when you cut these out, this is with the stencils, you get the dies.
Yeah.
So you get 3 layers with every one of them. It doesn't look like you get 3 layers, but you do. So depending on the colour you choose. So here's the black one, top layer. Here's the next layer. Oh, that's annoying me now. But you can use each one of these individually. That's what they are. They've got to be some of my favourite dyes then, because they're so versatile. And then you get the back layer, and all these fit on together, but they also work all on their own. Absolutely stunning. And you can do exactly the same thing by colouring in with these as well.
That's really lovely, that.
Yeah, it's so easy to do. But the die does the work for you.
Yeah.
You can offset it. And the reason I'm showing you this, because these are so versatile, you can slightly offset it as well, so that you get a different pattern.
Almost like a shadowed effect.
Yeah, and then you get more like a Moroccan tile effect. This, but then it's up to you. So I thought, I like the masks, I like the dies, I love the idea. So you could do 2 together. So I'll show you this on this one. What I thought was, it's quite nice, is to pick an area.
That's nice,
and overlay it on your mask. Now I'm just going for the middle layer and the middle layer. Now it's not a big technique, but it's quite, if you want to just put a little, oh, wrong again, no wonder it's going on.
Lou. Very quickly, Elaine was asking about what pencils you were using. Were they the Prisma you were using?
Yeah, I was using Prisma.
Ah, there we go. Thanks, Elaine. Thanks for getting in touch. If you've got any questions for Lou, by the way, do let us know, studio@hochanda.com. If there's anything at all that we can, or I say we, the royal we, I'll hand it straight to Lou, obviously. But if you do want to get in touch, that's the address to do so. Sorry, Lou, please carry on.
Yeah, it's the really the pencils are your choice, but yeah, you know, I've got the Prisma ones. What I've done is I've just built it up in like thin layers. You can put as many as you want on, and you just get another feel. Now, I don't know whether this will work yet, but what you could do is like put your colour on. So you die cut, and then you put your own colour on, and you get this wonderful pattern in pattern, and you can draw on. I absolutely love it.
Right.
But these are brilliant for your gel play. If we get time, we'll be able to do some later. They're just, and can I just say that they're not too thick, but they're not going to rip on you.
Right.
Some stencils are that hard that you can't bend them like that. These you can. So, and you can see through them a lot better, because if they're dark, you sometimes can't see through. So positioning them is a lot easier.
Right. That's
so
good.
Anyway, I've showed you those, and that's another one done in the black. So
that's beautiful. Actually, like you say, with any colour behind it, with just them over the top, already will look amazing, wouldn't it?
What you can do then is like just use them as separate individual dies, so you're not looking at three. I mean, that one is a beautiful one. It's like peacock feathers.
Yes.
So each one of these can be then layered or snipped into and still put on the backing. You could have that one and that one. And then that's one done.
That's lovely.
But if you've masked an area off and then you know, and then done your stencil and then put this on it, it looks brilliant. Anyway, that's what I've done with this. I wanted to get some pattern onto this.
That's lovely.
So I thought, what I'm going to do is just show you that there's a couple of ways. Now, I quite like to use these, but I don't like using them whole, because it's like it's plonked on.
Yeah.
I don't like plonking on. So I tend to sort of glue it all, and I'm using these amazing pincers and tweezers from Phil Martin. Oh, I keep calling him Phil Collins.
Are they good?
Oh, they're brilliant, really brilliant. So I'm just going to put that there. And I know you can't see it, but there's a reason, because you just want to be able to sort of distress it. And I'll show you what I mean. So then I'm just going to chop off the rest, because I don't want the whole thing. I only want a bit. So
you'll use that other half you're cutting off the other side, couldn't you, as well? But nothing's wasted.
Oh, yeah. So just chop the end off, you silly woman. Right. So, I know, absolutely. So now you look at, so I've got something that's quite interesting on there. What I will do is if you don't want that on, cut that off, but make sure there's plenty of glue on it. What you're trying to do is create like an image on your card that sort of, oh, is that in the card? Is that part of the card? You know, an interest.
Yeah.
So, oh no, that's on there, can't have it there. So just play around with it. And then you could do a black one as well to create even more interest, but I won't go into that. So you could put this on areas and that. And then, such a great way of using these. If you get a pen or a pencil or something light, then you can start to use. Or your waxes, pen art, have some great waxes. Just going to rub a pencil over the edge. Now I'm using light, and then I'm going to go to the colours I used in my colouring in. And I'm just going to try and bring it alive. And this now, you've tailor-made the paper, so it doesn't matter what colour these papers are, you've made them all fit together. And this, to me, this is, I love doing this. When I've got, you can't see it very well, sorry. When I've got something and I can make loads of other things with it, I'm as happy as Larry. I nearly said something else, but I'm not saying.
Well, I think we know what you mean, though.
Yeah. No, I won't say it. So that's another little trick with these, you know, and colour them in like this. So people who haven't got like tons of different cards, don't make your own, cut them out, and that's it.
I love it. So, are you okay if we just pause that for 1 second, Lou?
Oh, yeah, please, yeah.
It's okay, we'll come straight back to you. I just want to give a bit of an update.
Yeah, no problem. No, I'm glad, because I can finish my colouring in.
Okay, we'll go, honestly, I promise you, we'll go straight back to Lou in a second. We're now approaching 20% of the complete collection, by the way. So now is a really good time to buy. Now we're going to go back and see more of the demos, but we're already looking at dispatch from the 19th of Feb. So what we don't want is if it was to go and then it comes back, if we can get any back on an extended, we don't want that to go any further down the line. So the best time to get it is the very first show. You get absolute pick of the crop to go for, and that's where also you're going to be getting those fantastic savings where everything individually, all those savings individually are carried over. Then you get another extra saving on top of that you're looking at. So right now, £89.86. If you were to buy everything individually, you'd be spending a lot more. So do make the most of all of those savings that are carried over. If you're a Freedom member, then look at that. Actually, you're saving not £24.99. I think it was £69. £69.99 actually saving on all of that. So that brings it right down. 457,481. It's going to give you, and we talk at the essentials. Yes, it's the essentials. You've got the Mandala that we've been looking at there, but you've also got those fantastic alphabets. I think that's got over 120 of those dice to work with. You've got the fantastic card shapes that are in there. You've got the puzzles that are part of that, which I think are absolutely genius for those as well. In fact, those are actually at the bottom of your screen right now. Those are there if you would like to go for those individually. £12.98. That's your 4 dies for those. 812860. But again, in fact, individually, 30% of the puzzle dies have already gone on their own. But don't forget, if you're going to go for those, there is a saving on those. That saving is then carried over if you're going to go for the complete and the essential collection that you're looking at. There is an amazing collection. If you love your colouring in, if you love your dies that work with that, then you're really going to enjoy that, because quite honestly, you've got a little bit of everything in here that will work so beautifully. But again, as you can see, the way that the demonstrations that we've been looking at from Lou as well, is you don't have to use the whole of those. If you do, they make a great project that you can see there, for example. But how you just use a quarter or a half or elements of, whichever elements you're choosing to colour in, you know, every time you use those, you can create different images with those that work so nicely when you're layering them up. Really beautiful, beautiful elements to work with, of course, of all of those. So, with almost 20% of the entire collection already gone, and we're only 36 minutes into the first of the live shows, please, 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 get it into your basket right now, and please do get them checked out, because, like I say, we're looking at the 19th of February for dispatch as it is. So let's not waste any more time for those. Now, the other thing we'll look at, again, are the journal dies, and these are also proving really popular. Now, the one, if you're interested, one that Lou has been working with, it's this one right here. You can see that was that last part that she cut out and worked with those. And again, just used it actually on the side. But if I just rotate this round, you'll see how you can bring these all together. I mean, all Lou was working with was just one of those elements, but you've got 25 dies in here to work with, including the love heart. You've got the bow. You've got the coil around here as well. You've got some of the wording, all those elements, but you've also got a £6 saving on this right now. So it's just £18.99, 145,435, and I think it's 20% of the stock of this has already gone. I imagine more's going to go now, people that recognise what Lou's been working with. So if you do have your eye on that, then don't hang around for it, grab it right now. I also imagine that the others that Lou are going to be working with, of course, over the next few live shows. And what tends to happen is once people have seen it, people recognise it and go for it. If you like it already, go for this. This is, as you can see, the timeless set. 10% has already gone. We've not seen it in action yet, but 10% has already gone. £18.99, 473. 160. Really lovely, actually, a nice pocket that you can see that's created with this. It's really lovely die, that 473160. Again, does have that £6 saving on that particular set. We have 2 more to bring to you. I'm not allowed to have a favourite, really, but I think if I was, am I allowed to have one today? God, I'm going to have one. I think, just the one, I've been told, just the one. I really like this. I think this is lovely. The whole idea of summertime, the countryside, you know, being a bit the outside fit. If you are looking at journals that are going to work together with that sort, maybe it's to work with your gardens, for example. I know a lot of people like to keep their photographs and pictures of through the seasons, of course, of the countryside and gardens and where they've been for those. I think this is a really lovely one. 15 dies on this for the summer fields. Again, it has a saving of £6. It's just $18.99. Item code 399820. Really like that one. I think that's lovely. I mean, they're all fantastic, but again, I suppose it's whatever tickles your fancy. I think you can say that. Last but not least, we've got the lock and key. Now, here's the actual dies. Again, as you can see here, really nice, strong images that you're able to get with this as well, with the padlock, with all of those elements that are going to come together really nicely. 21 dies, in fact, within the whole collection. And if I just rotate that round to give you some idea, again, how they could look when you start working with these. The item code you need for this set is 422834, 18.99. Now, I can see on my monitor that things have moved on a lot since we left her, so let's go straight back now to Lou. That's taking shape now, Lou, isn't it?
Yeah, I just wanted to show you that with a white pen, just using the lines that you've already got, you can create absolutely stunning work. Now, I'm going to show you a really good, mindful way of using the stencils or mask. I always get confused. I don't know which is which, but I'm going to use them.
Don't worry, don't ask me. I get very confused anyway.
I want to just show you how fast this is. A piece of black card. I know it's a simple little demonstration, but it's just to show you how versatile. Now, I've used them on here, and I'm going to spend time. I'm going to finish this because, to me, there's no point in doing it half pot like that. So I'm going to finish this, but that's just one idea, using the dies and making a beautiful journal.
Yeah, it's lovely.
This is how a lot of people are using them. Now, you've got, just to show you again, with the stencils, you've got all the stencils, but you've also got these dies as well. So don't forget, if you wanted to, you could use these, but I'm going to show you something else. So the first thing is, you're going to look at your stencils and think, right, which bit do I want? And this is so quick. Don't blink, you'll miss it. But this
when you said that, I'm afraid I blinked. Is that the way that human nature works?
Yeah, it's just so nice to sort of sit down, chill with a pen or a pencil, and I'm just going to show you. I can make like a really nice, fancy card, and it looks very elegant. So I'm just using the stencil, and this is so basic. And people say, oh, and I said, yeah, but how many times have you done it? Well, I forgot about doing that. And all I'm doing is just following all the lines. Now, normally with stencil or herb, we'd use distress, we'd do this, we'd do that. But if you just want impact and a really nice, elegant card, then using the stencil, you can use all of it. The choices in the stencils are the smaller ones and the larger ones. So you've got something that will fit anything. And all it is using what it was made for. And black card, we've probably all got that. If you haven't, just use a piece of white paper and a black pen. Yeah. Just copy these out. Right. And it's mesmerising. I know you're probably saying it's blooming boring watching, but it's like, I don't know, there's just something magical about something black.
Not at all, but do you know when you start talking about whether you want to colour or outline all of it or some of it, because actually within that one stencil you can actually break it down. I'm looking at some of those and thinking, well, you could just use one as a flat, one could just be a flower, a closed flower head, for example, that little bit at the top there, if you just do that on its own and repeat those. It is lovely that there is one stencil, but within that one stencil there are lots of options with how much of that you actually use or the whole lot.
I'm using the whole piece of this, but like you've just said, if you just wanted to use one element, there's pictures within pictures. Yeah. And then once you start with this, it's great for kids as well, for fine motor skills when they want to do, like, I know homeschooling is massive at the moment. It's all got to be done, but getting the kids to do this and then colouring them in. So I just want to show you now how wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Just looks on its own.
Just the white on black, that looks great.
And you know, if you've made a boob like that, you've gone wrong. Oh, dropped a clanger then. You just put it back on because it doesn't matter. And then another thing that you can do is just so simple. You've got the mask, just pick 1 or 2 areas to colour in. Now, this is so simple, but I think sometimes I overdo it with alt techniques and that, and when really the products themselves,
Yeah.
they do it all. And if I just finish this now with one little die cut or an element in the middle or even a word, I've done it. I've finished. So I've got the word in as well.
That's lovely, that.
And I've got it all here if you want it to see it. But I've also got the other one, which is like create artwork. And I've stuck them on this because they fly all over.
Yeah, that's a good
I get
idea,
very concerned. But then I've got this create. So that's in one of the dies, I think. Can't remember which one. It's there, though. It's there somewhere. It's with, I can't remember which one it's with, but I'm just going to show you. If you just want to put that on, I'll show you a little trick. And all we do, just add a little bit of glue to it back.
I think it's with the first die set that you used.
Right, cool. I know, I was thinking it's here somewhere, but it's the journal one, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Just, so all these work together. Now, you can't see that.
You're
I know
right.
you can't, but I am just going to show you how.
I'm trusting you, Lou.
So.
Are you concentrating by any chance?
All we're doing is going round that, and we're using this as a stencil now, and or a mask or whatever. And 2 seconds. You've got to glue it right, because me at the moment I've not got enough glue on that, and it's wobbling all over, sticking out like a sore finger, as my mum would say. I don't even know what that means, but I say these random things. So, sorry, I'm sticking my hand on it, but I'll just move it in a second.
No, that's all right.
So there we go.
Still can't see anything. I'm joking. We can see it now. Yes.
So we've got the create, and you can do anything. Oh, yes, there. So that's what I mean. And then if you really go mad, all you need to do is just draw some straight lines in it. Now, you're thinking, mask, that stencil, just drawing in it. But look at that now.
It's that. I mean, you got white card, black card, a white pen. And between that and the tools of the trade in there, that is a lovely. But just putting a frame around that is a really lovely piece straight away.
Absolutely. Just another little trick now. I'll show you on the black card because I'm conscious of time. If you want to, you can do really smart corners. I'll just do this one.
Yeah.
So let me see now. If you draw around, I'll do this here. If you draw around this. I'm using white so you can see.
Yeah.
So you just draw around like that and continue it all the way down. What you end up with, you can then cut your card that shape so that you'll end up with the shape of the edge of your mask.
I got you.
So you can recut everything, all your shapes, everything. This would probably be easier to see, but I could just draw this around here and then cut to that line.
Cut it, yeah.
And then I've got a rounded card. So, you know, think about all these different things to do with a mask, not just thinking, oh, I'm just going to ink through it, because, well, it can be a bit boring, that. But so that's what I did with that. But you can create effects with this, and you've also got these wonderful words. But if we're running out of time, I can always do these next time. But I love these because they've got a top and an underneath. So I hope we can see that now.
We can, yes.
Them on here.
We've only got about 6 minutes left, Lou.
Oh, no problem then. That's great. So we go back to, thinking about the colours we're using, the stencils there. And all I'm going to do is put together some. I'll use this one, actually, because I've got another one for later. So I'm just going to use these are the bottom. They've got like a layer. You always get this with studio light. You get the bottom layer,
Yeah.
and then you can choose. It's got alphabet upper and lower, and then you can choose like to put the next one, any colours you want. But I'm using these colours so you can see. And then I really love that. I think that is so classy. And then I'm going to do the next one, which is R. So for this one, I'm going to use a lowercase. I'm mixing and matching. You can have upper and lower together, mix them up. Font is entirely up to you these days. They used to be quite rigid within at school. Oh, you can only have a full. You can only have a capital letter at the beginning of a sentence. I don't care where they are now. I don't care where
you
they
maverick.
are. I know. And I found my tea, so I'm happy as Larry. Happy as Larry. So, again, I mean, I've used more or less everything off the show, but I just wanted to show you how.
It sounds like with the alphabet die, for example, it's probably just worth passing it through and just having them all cut ready to go, so you can just use them straight away. Yeah, like you've done.
Show you now. Clean that off.
There we are.
So I'll put them in these little ramekin things, and then they're all here ready, because otherwise I'll lose them. But I just wanted to show you that. Get my pen out again, and then just on one side, draw on one side only, and it gives you the 3D feel. And to me, it's just such a pleasure to do something so simple.
Simple, but it's really effective, Lou.
It is, isn't it? And, you know, you can add your own little bits to it if you want to put a bit in the corner. So these are worth their weight in gold. I can honestly say these are worth their weight in gold. And the other thing is, with them being mandalas, you can colour them in like we've done. Yeah. You can use them for this. You can make your own designs. You can then, if you want, this is what I would like to do, but it would be so boring for you to see it. I would then like to say, you know,
that is beautiful.
This. And it's the same way. It's just I've not got the time, obviously, and it's a labour of love. So masks, to me, just make anything. They work on your furniture, they work on everything because they're round. So don't just think about, they go on paper, they go on fabric, stitch on it. So these are like, I suppose, are like foundation products for creating, because from these, everything, you know, you can move on. You can create your own artwork, you can create your own fabrics, decoration, home decor, you know, cards. I've got it all stuck to my elbow. And don't forget the other little ones, because if I just do that now,
that is great.
Where's the other? You know, so I hope that was quite a lot going on there, but I wanted to try and get as much as possible in, so you could see the wonderful.
Definitely, Lou. Listen, I'll tell you what, we'll just finish off. I've only got about a minute or so, so give you a second just to turn your camera around so we can see you before we say goodbye for this hour. But always a lovely hour with Lou. And as you're really picking up, I mean, we've got another live show again later on, but I will say, you know, it's great. You start to understand about these mandalas, for example, just how much potential they have got in them with what you can do. It's not just using the whole, it's like seeing the picture within the larger picture and how you use that, whether it's just the corners, whether it's just half a section, whether it's worked on the folders that you can see within the journals, for example. But they are, or if it is just the pleasure of colouring those in to create projects, you've got something really, really lovely. The complete collection, we are now at 20% of the stock now already allocated, which is absolutely brilliant, because there is so much in here, and it's a real sort of a pleasure for you. I think it's going to be just to dab into this, that and the other, using your stamps, using your dies, using the stencils, using the alphabets. You've got so much that's in there. Lou, I know you're back with us then, but thank you so much for that hour. It's lovely to sort of see.
I've loved it. I'm in my element when I'm sat there colouring, so and then I'll just go off on a tangent and start doing everything.
You're back with Yanis a little bit later on.
Right,
Is there anything in particular you could be working on there, or are we going to be doing a little sort of working with those again in the same sort of way?
Well, I was going to do the one that you like, actually, because it caught my eye as well, the journal that looks like a lavender. I just thought that was so beautiful.
Oh, lovely. The summer one. Well, listen, I'm sure everyone's going to be looking forward to that one as well. Lou, thank you so much for your time in this hour.
Thank you.
Have a nice rest and have a great show, of course, I know you will, with Yanis at 8 o'clock this evening. We'll see you later on, Lou.
Thank you. Thank you. It's lovely working with you. Thank you.
And you. Thanks again, Lou. Take care. Thank you. What a lovely, lovely lady. A real inspiration and knows so much. And those little techniques, you know, the little things that she can sort of give away are great. Listen, I hope it's inspired you. You have a lot of fun. Get it into your basket, get it checked out of your basket so you can take advantage of this stock. Everything dispatched from the 19th. Get yourself a brew if you want. Please don't go anywhere. I've got Thrifty Thursday coming up on the other side of this.